guys, welcome to another recap of The Bachelor. This week, Michelle wakes up with a black eye. Honestly, I think she did it to herself for attention, but that's just me. Alright, and because she has a black eye, she thinks that entitles her to a one-on-one date with Brad. Well, I guess it does. It's the first date, and Chantal gets the date. How deep is your love? Are the Bee Gees gonna be there? No. Alright, so Michelle announces that she woke up with a black eye to Brad, and Ashley S. wishes that she had given the black eye to her. Get in line, sister. It's a helicopter ride to Catalina Island. Are they going to the effing Catalina wine mixer? Not yet. First they're going to be going for a walk on the sea floor. But she's totally afraid of going underwater. This was the lamest, diving date that they've ever had. I mean, this was like the tamest thing ever. Basically, you were in an upside down cup because the water is not going to come up very far because the air is in there. Did you pay attention in science class, Chantal? Come on. So after the date, which the water was really murky, I don't know how they saw so many, things because the water was not good. It's not like when you go to the Bahamas or something and the water's like crystal clear. It's Catalina. Alright, so now it's wine mixer time. After a few drinkies, Chantal explains that her relationship with her ex-husband was a 10-year relationship. They were married for 4.5. Who cares? Brad and Chantal like each other a lot. But meanwhile, back at the house, Michelle is going under some major freak-out control. She's in need of major freak-out control. She's having a freak-out. So, back at the date, Chantal is sorry for smacking him. But I think he wanted to be smacked again, but he didn't get it. But it's almost like having a girlfriend, huh, Brad? Isn't that what you said? It's kind of weird. I don't know if Brad's ever really had a girlfriend, but she gets the rose and it starts raining, and I think that's God's way of trying to wash away the dirty. But he's all like, shut up and kiss me, come to me. What is with all the, come over here, come to me, come and kiss me? It's so creepy. It's like dating a robot. It's really weird. So the second date is a group date. Let's put our love on the line. So if Michelle doesn't get the one-on-one, because obviously she wasn't picked for the group date, she might have to give Brad the black eye. This girl is getting a little violent. I'm kind of afraid of her a little bit because she's got a dark side to her and it's not pretty. And the light side's not pretty either. So they take a stretch Hummer to the radio station. And who's there? Dr. Drew and Mike. I must confess I've never heard the Dr. Drew and Mike show, but I remember the old show that Dr. Drew used to have with Adam Carolla. It was like a funny sex show. So I don't know if the new show with Mike is like that too, but the original was pretty funny. So Brad just wants everyone to know that he's here for the right reasons. The right ones. Stacy, it comes out that she was a cheater. She was the only one in the room that raised her hand. Were they even on the air for any of this? They were like speaking into the microphones and everything, but I don't think this was ever like broadcast. At least it didn't seem like it was. Because then, I mean, it kind of would have spoiled the show, right? Because then you would have known who was left and all. Alright, so Brad also admits that he doesn't have a type. I think his type is the kind that have a vagina. But I could be wrong. He's so excited that all of the girls are talking. He thinks that going on this Dr. Drew show was just the therapy that the girls needed to get going, to get into his pants. So, too bad Michelle wasn't on that date because out of everybody in the house, she really could have used some therapy. Ashley the dentist is pissed off because all of the girls in the house are now on Brad like he was a pork chop at a dog park. So, she gets upset and she goes with her little drinky looking for Brad, and she ends up walking in on him and Britt kissing. Awkward. Alright, Brad talks to her. He feels bad because I think he actually might like her a little bit, or at least the producers told him that he did. So he's all ready to give the rose to her, to Ashley, you know, to give her a little reassurance that he likes her. But she is such a bitch. She blurts something stupid out right before he gives it to her, or almost gives it to her, so he changes his mind and he gives it to Britt instead. And the reason? They had good kisses and she was honest. Alright, so it's time for the third date, and it's for Michelle. Let's hang out together. Freak out number 1 was because there was no love in the title, and all of the other dates had love in the title. What's wrong? Did he do that on purpose? I'm gonna punch him. Alright, so Brad takes Ashley aside at the beginning of Michelle's date before they leave, and that really pissed her off. Michelle's gonna punch her in the face. A straight shot, a straight elbow to the face if she doesn't get the rose because she wasted the time on the date. Alright, so he drives her over to his house, and she's all thinking like, oh, I could hang out here because like the date said, let's hang out together. But no, it's a helicopter ride, and she's all like, where are you taking me, Brad? Where are you taking me? Tell me, are we going somewhere good? Where are you taking me? She's afraid of heights. She didn't seem awfully afraid of heights in the helicopter though, did she? I think there's little holes in her story along the way here. She finds out that the date, after they land on top of a building, is that they're going to be rappelling down the building. She made it down awful easy, and it didn't seem like a problem for her to make out with him on the way down either. Gee, I don't know, if I was scared of heights, even making out with somebody, I wouldn't want to let go of the ropes, and she was just all like, whoa, let's go, Brad. Come on. Miracles like that just don't happen unless it's The Bachelor, I guess. Alright, so how many people caught at dinner when he said, you're a mature woman? I don't think he meant your personality. I think he meant your face, because you're looking like a hard 40, Michelle. Sorry, just had to get that off my chest. Alright, so Brad wants to meet her kid, and yeah, she's not afraid to whore out her kid to get closer to Brad. She's desperate. Alright, Brad was thrilled to give her the rose. Why? I don't know. Maybe some of the crazies are rubbing off on Brad. Or maybe the producers just said, hey, there's an extra $10,000 for it in you if you keep this chick around another few weeks. Brad's therapy session. It's so awkward, Brad. We don't want to see your therapy session. This is The Bachelor, not like the mental Bachelor. The therapist tells him it's okay to make out with the women. And if they want to make out with you, all the better. That was kind of weird. So now it's time for the cocktail party, and he had a special little present for Emily. He had a blanket and a pillow and wine in a basket, aka the Bachelor rape kit. They went off on their own, and he was all like, I like you, let's make out, come to me. And Chantal was upset. Everyone was pretty much upset, but Chantal was really upset. And she's worried. She tells Brad, maybe I'm not needy enough, Brad. I don't know. But he likes when women are not needy, and he likes that she's nothing that he's ever wanted before. Is that a backhanded compliment or what? Alright, so it's time for the rose ceremony, and the first 3 who get roses, besides the ones who already got roses for this week, were Ashley S., Allie, and Emily. Who cares? Let's talk about who's going home. Alright, Megan. She was the first one to say goodbye, and she ran out of there like a crazy person. It was like, she's some kind of fashion buyer, yet she walks on heels like she's a truck driver. She like stomped out of there. Stacy. Did you notice she was wearing a shirt as a dress? And she was the cheater. The only cheater. Brad was happy that she was honest, but you know what? I think he was taking notes too. And last but not least, Lindsay. No backstory on this chick. And my advice to her is, honey, just be glad you made it out alive. Next week, it's travel time. Vegas, baby. But you know what happens in Vegas is not necessarily gonna stay in Vegas. Till next week, much love.